Hi, everyone. I am so excited to be bringing Elizabeth Planson today on our quick interview, who is going to share her journey of completing her Silent Counselling practitioner certification almost 2 years ago. Elizabeth, I am so excited to be chatting to you and just hearing about all of the changes, all of the shifts, breakthroughs that you personally went yourself as well as your clients. But before we dive into that, can you just share with the viewers and listeners who it is that you serve, what do you do, and just tell us all about yourself?
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to share about this awesome modality. I just love it. But I am a psychic business mentor. And so what I do is I help those who are here to make an impact on this world, who feel like they are here for more, for a deeper purpose, really step into that purpose, and activate them in their power, their gifts, activate their gifts. I also have light language, which I use for my activations and with my clients, and really helping those people like get their business up and running and moving, or if they've already started a business, get to their next level, right? Like bringing their next level of income, because you really can't have it all. You can serve from purpose, serve from love, and make an impact and bring in the income that you truly desire at the same time. So that's kind of what I help my clients with and who I'm here to serve in that way.
I love that. And I love the fact that you mentioned that you are a psychic business coach as well. So I'm curious, and I'm sure, many viewers who are psychic as well. What was it that caught your attention with, such based, like body based modality that you wanted to add to your coaching toolkit?
Yeah, so I'm also, a certified energy healer, so I can, go in and tap into people's energy and heal things for them. But for me, the silent counseling method I felt was so powerful because the person you're helping, your client, the people we're working with, are actually doing the healing work themselves on themselves, rather than you doing it for them. And I feel like that makes it so much more powerful and impactful because then they are feeling the shifts within them and knowing that they have the power to release these things that are holding them back, or these stored emotions and stored traumas, right? And for
Yeah.
me, it's such a quick and easy and simple way to do that, right, through the method. And it just really caught my eye just to have that extra toolkit in my arsenal, right? Because I use
Yeah.
all of them. I use all, and I just had my one-on-one client. We did both. We did silent counseling and I did energy healing as well. And those put together really helped her finally move past this fear she was trying to
Mm.
release.
I love it. So powerful because I love the fact that you're mentioning about, you yourself as an energy healer previously, like I think as healers, people tend to use a lot of their energy, a lot of the intuition. And sometimes I think it's like the human logical mind can go and wonder and doubt, like, what am I doing? Is it working?
Is
But
it
when you said that
real?
it's actually the client doing the work themselves and they really experience the shift, they know what's happening, they understand the process, it's so much more empowering. So I love that you are sharing that. Now, talking about clients, what were some of like the most profound, shifts, breakthroughs that you experienced with your clients over the last 2 years? Like top three.
Oh, top three. I would say like I'll give you a few of my favorites. One of my clients, her daughter, very young. She's only like 3 or 4 years old at the time. And she could not sit still in her karate class or martial arts class, whatever it was.
Mm.
Could not sit still, could not focus. And so we helped her become a proxy for her daughter, because at a certain age, you can be a proxy where the children can't really do the modality themselves. And we helped her with that inability to sit still and focus. And that night she went to karate and got like stripes on her belt, which she had never done before because she wasn't able to pay attention. But that night she was able to sit through and do the exercises and get her stripes. So I was like, oh my gosh, like that quick and immediate of a solution, right? So that's like one of my, favorite stories of just how being a proxy can work. But also, I've had clients where, they had knee pain and we were immediately able to, clear that out. And then they were going to be able to begin walking again. And I think too, I've had multiple cases where it was, fear of showing up, right? Fear of, being visible, which I know this is your expertise, right? So helping clients who have businesses release that fear of showing up online and being present, and then they go on and they start posting and they start doing reels and stories like that, you know what I mean, and really showing their face, right? It's such a profound transformation for people to be able to do that, and to help them to do that just with like 1 or 2 sessions, and to release these things they didn't even know were there.
Oh, I love it. Every time somebody mentions like visibility and just showing up, I get goosebumps all over my whole body.
Yeah.
I'm curious because obviously you mentioned you help a lot, help a lot of your business clients find their purpose. Can
Yeah.
you share some examples like on that, like what you experienced with actually tapping into people's purpose? Because I know a lot of people are searching for, what is it that I'm here to do, etc., etc. Have you got any examples of that to share?
Not so much with silent counseling, but in the fact of releasing the things that are holding them back, right?
Mm,
So, my one client I'm working right now with, it kind of shared earlier, she had this fear of opening up her gifts
yeah.
fully, because it was kind of like this fear of being scared of them, right? And so, we did 2 sessions on that with the silent counseling, with the releasing the fear, and she noticed the shift. She noticed the shift, and then I finished it up with my energy work. And now I've been working with her, I think 5 weeks, and she was channeling
Wow.
just this week, because we fully have like released that fear of where she was blocking it, right? Like it wasn't coming through. It happened once and she was really scared of it. And then she completely shut it off. And now it's coming through again completely, where she's being able to receive the messages again, just because of these shifts that we've been able to help her with. So it's like for her stepping into her purpose of being a channeler, right? And helping deliver these messages to people that need those messages.
Wow, this is just mind blowing. Like
Yeah.
how much our own energy can often hold us back
Mhm.
from. I think on a surface level, it feels like, oh, it's so simple, just let go of the fear. But actually, when we work, with clients and you really see the truth of, let's call it a block itself,
Yeah.
it's not just like, oh, just get courageous. No, it's like when the energy is holding you back, it can really hold you back and keep you stuck in, playing small. But what you're saying is to help somebody in 1 to 2 sessions. That's just incredible.
Well, yeah, and I think it's important too to point out that a lot of time this fear is in the subconscious mind. And so like, yeah, our conscious mind can be like, sure, I'll let go of the fear and be courageous. Like, but really
Mm.
there's still that subconscious belief and that fear that still resides there. So that energy is still actually holding you back until we fully release it from that level, right? And going in the deep and doing the deep inner work.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love all the shares about your clients, but I'm curious to hear about your personal journey. Like, what effect had silent counseling had on you, personally, as well as your business?
Yeah, so I have used silent counseling to release a lot of fear, like around different things, like stepping into my power, or just scarcity that comes up here and there. It's a deep wound that I have had, and I noticed, I noticed it in my dreams, like when it comes up, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, time to go do a silent counseling treatment, because I'm
Mhm.
seeing this repeating right in my subconscious mind, and then I go and clear it, and then the dreams stop. Like honestly, so for me, like personally, that's what it's really helped with. It's also, I love when we learn how to test what foods we can eat. And as someone that has autoimmune issues and dealing with healing my body, I've used that a lot. I use the sway method for everything, which I learned from you, right? In the modality, right? Like asking simple little questions on an everyday basis. Or if I should, work with a certain mentor, if I'm like
Mm.
my ego mind's getting in the way, I'll calm my mind, calm my body, and ask myself the question, right? And my body knows, right? Like my body knows what it really is going to be for its highest good. So I've used silent counseling in so many ways, like to help me move forward in my business, what actions to take, to really clear out that negativity, those limiting thoughts of, can I do this, or will I be successful in this, those kinds of things, right?
Mhm.
And so really helping accelerate me forward to stepping into my trueness and my power, I think is like the biggest profound thing.
And I love that you're saying that because obviously, like any business owner, I think naturally will always look at, let's say, the financial numbers. But I think what you're saying that like, it was like the foundations of feeling so aligned with your business,
Yeah.
knowing that you are the one who gets to decide what's good for you, what's not, and you get to test that with yourself.
Yeah.
To me, like having the ultimate trust and building the ultimate trust with yourself will literally tip over any money. Yes, money comes as a side of that, because when you're so locked in and you're so grounded and you know exactly like what the next aligned step is, this is priceless. Wouldn't you
Yeah.
agree?
100%. It
Mhm.
really, for me, it's a tool that I'm so like grateful that I have, right? And also too, like the other practices we learn, like the collarbone breath work. I mean, that for me has helped me through so much anxiety sometimes. And or, if I get into a conflict with my husband, right? And I'm just which doesn't happen often, but when it has happened, where I just couldn't like, calm myself down, where I was just so
Yeah.
upset and frustrated.
Mhm.
So I turn to the collarbone breath work, and immediately I'm able to reset my nervous system and calm down. And that's another thing that I teach my clients, right? In different scenarios when you're feeling stress or anxiety, or with releasing something that is sticking, right? That is taking a little more time to
Yeah.
stick. We go to that breath work and use it on a daily basis to help really integrate the work that we are doing in the sessions, right? Because we're
Mm.
resetting our nervous system. And a simple other pressure point that I love to show my clients is, for stress relief. My one client, she is in a type of school and has weekly tests, and English is not her first language. And she was freaked out the first test, like couldn't remember anything, mind total blank, total anxiety. So I gave her a simple tool that was a silent counseling, method. And this next week, she took the test. She did it before she went to take the test, and she was completely fine. She was able to answer everything. She wasn't worried at all. She wasn't stressed, just by one simple technique that took less than a minute. So it can be used in so many different ways. That's why I love having it in my
Yeah.
toolbox.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We always get so excited because, like, how do you actually define what silent counseling can help with? And we're like, anything and everything,
Pretty much.
anything you would apply it to.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's not just for business owners or healers. Like, I think personally, anyone who's got that desire to really stay centered. And yes, if you have an argument, not to be freaking out for days, but actually just remember that if you get triggered, there's a way that you can calm yourself down, you can come back to
Mhm.
the center, and instead of dwelling onto something for days and months, you just snap back into your power and you carry on moving forward and you create the results that you want, rather than focusing like, oh, what went wrong, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And sitting in it.
Mm.
You don't have to sit in it. You can release it, right? And then just come from a clearer mind, and instead of the like you said, the trigger, right?
Beautiful. So one last final question. I mean, I'm loving our conversation. What will be, let's say, like one word of recommendation that anyone who's thinking of joining the training, why do you think they should really, really join from your perspective?
Um, I I mean, I just like I said, I just think it's such a invaluable tool to have, not only for yourself, but for your loved ones. And if you are a business owner, for your clients, right? To be able to help with the somatic healing way, because there is definitely so many different modalities out there. But what I love so much about the silent counseling is that it's quick, it's easy, right? For most people, we don't have to have this huge, emotional, you know, event that
Yeah.
happens while we're in session, right? Sometimes it happens, but sometimes it doesn't. And it just releases with ease. I just think it's in for like, not to like, down like, or not to cheapen it or whatever, but for what it costs to become certified through you is so worth it, right? Like it's
Mhm.
such a accessible, I guess is the word, training, which I appreciate you for that. Thank you for keeping it
You're
that way.
welcome.
I think it's just so worth it, and you will, have your return on investment without a doubt, over and over and over again.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, we could carry on for hours, but we I want to sort of keep it nice and short and sweet. And I honestly really appreciate you sharing your journey. It just sounds like you have found the thing that allows you to just combine all of the tools that you have available together and just kind of dip in and out into anything and everything that you need in the moment. And
Yeah.
there's always a way that, everybody will probably need some at some time. But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time for sharing that. And
Yeah.
anyone who's interested in having sessions with Elizabeth, because I personally don't do them myself anymore, I just provide the training. I'm going to link Elizabeth's social media links and how you can get in touch with her below this video, wherever this video is posted, all over social media. So guys, feel free to get in touch with Elizabeth, and I'm sure she'll be delighted to help you with any issues that you have. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, again, and we shall speak soon.
Yes, thank you. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Take care.